Hey, Darth. Thanks for pushing the button. And apologies for no stream last week. We had a random ass player working display like an hour before I would start streaming. Last time, we went back to Doma and helped Ian with the last fight of his own. Helping resolve the people's grief over a horrible and unsafe loss to war. And help set up a system where they can remember those they lost. And you hear you gotta speak with the parents. In secret. Oh, we killed the blessing. And Gosetsu's back. He's a caster now. Today, we do the one I've been dreading doing. How are you doing, Darth? You had a good couple of weeks? That's good. Being well is good. To be true. Well, you're still alive. Let's live and breathe. It's great, Lena Westlands. I'd love to bombard you with questions on your exploits, but my associate here would like a word with you first. You're to lend your aid, I'll trace the situation. We received reports of a creature believed to be a blasphemy stalking the streets of Alamico. Troops have been assigned to track and slay the beast. There are likely to be casualties. For most of our healers posted elsewhere, we thought to petition you for aid. Once again, we are in your debt. We shall inform Commander Alden forthwith. My comrades in the Immortal Flames will gladly have you watching over them. You see, as there's been no sightings of any blasphemies in our lands, we've joined our Megan allies in their hunt for the fiend. The trouble is, the majority of our own healers are working day and night to treat the tempered Imperials captured at Palgathan. For that reason, we are too well be glad of your help. Your presence alone will be a great comfort to the troops, I'm sure. Time is of the essence, and I ask that you make your way to Alamico or report for duty. Commander Alden is overseeing the hunt, and he will explain all upon your arrival. May Ranger grant you strength. Yay! Being alive! was just last night. You were told you were on your way. This is even quicker than expected. I'll tell Commander Elton you've arrived. One moment, please. Glad you could join us. Far greater crisis has been resolved. Maybe I must turn our undivided attention to matters on the smaller, no less deadly scale. As our man at Thad there well told you, the blasphemy is loose in Alamigo. But when it first appeared, the city guard were able to get most of the bystanders to safety. For our mercy, those caught in the chaos only suffered minor injuries. But the fiend managed to escape and has not been seen since. We must fight it and soon. As long as it remains at large, every man and woman and child is at risk. As was the case as that day, the blasphemy's very existence seems to spur the creation of lesser beasts. The longer it is allowed to roam free, the more tragedy our people will suffer. Several eyewitnesses who gave the same account. A man walking through the Alameda Court fell to his knees, all of a sudden, and then a moment later transformed into a monstrosity we now pursue. But beyond the fact that he was a young Highlander, we know next to nothing about him. Even the descriptions of his peers are too vague to help identify the lad. We have no clues as to his name or background. For all we know, he might not have been born in Alamigo. He might have been the son of a refugee come to visit. There are other possibilities we're investigating, though. That said, the devil's circumstances are unique. Blasphemies of peace are born with men, overcome by despair. Whatever drove them to turn, likely would have done the same to another. Therefore, if we are to prevent future tragedies, it's imperative that we identify and address the underlying cause. Until we do, we have no choice but to deal with them, afflicted the only way we know how, by granting them a quick death. For now, we join the hunt to keep my men from falling prey to these creatures. Are you up to it? Raban? You have my thanks. And as chance would have it, we've just received word that a number of beasts were sported on the outskirts of Alagana. Troop station there have already put them down, but we're wounded in the process. First and foremost, I need medical attention. That's where you come in. I'll meet you there. Raban, if I'm not up to this, there's literally no one on the planet who is up to this. Soldiers were able to lead the beasts away from the village and called a lot of them. Victory did not come easy. Seems that our lack of healers is the most sorely felt. I dare say they yet receive treatment at all. See to the wounds while I survey the area of various dragons and minstrel escape. Once a report complete my patrol, I'll enter the village. The guy gather my witness reports. Look for me thereafter. Gods be good. I feel reborn. Hold on. You're Relina, aren't you? I can't believe it. You're the one who inspired me to join Resistance in the first place. You come to save me in my hour of need. I'll never forget this. Thank you. Thank you. Now you see, Darth, we're meant to be doing this during the main plot, so those other friends are actually doing something at this point in time. Unlike now, where they're saying in a barista. I saw them change. Back before my atlas. Those weren't monsters I killed, but innocent men. It had to be done. There were others we had to protect. Thanks to you, please do that. Also made way back. We're going full count. The families, they'll understand. Oh. Well, now I have no idea why we're not using the power of the crystal to just bring them out. We're treating the wounds of the soldiers, you have my thanks. And theirs too, no doubt. It seems they were indeed successful in slaying all the beasts in my search. My search is an indication. We must remain vigilant. I've also spoken with several people who witnessed the moment of the transformation. The ordeal is understandable and left them rather shaken. I hear you've been through a fair few ordeals yourself, Relina. As for me, I've been kept busy with this and that, like getting the hang of this wheelchair. Obviously, it has its limitations. That gets me where I need to go. I've been working with this new organization as well, which is what brought me here. Closer than I had arrived, and those locals turned. Ragnarfjord, I heard you were there when it happened. What can you tell us? Once a wind sought to know the change, but the very people were trying to help. Perhaps I should explain from the beginning. The meeting we held in the Royal Palace marked a turning point for all the gear of Albania. It spurred us open dialogue with peoples and communities who otherwise would have shunned. There were still so many people and problems to be addressed. Countless souls struggling to build new lives for themselves. I decided to form a volunteer group. The Silver Griffins. Our main concern is the warfare of Alamegans, side with the Empire. For whatever reason, it's helping them find their place in society. In particular, surviving families like Karina and Lupi. Make no mistake, I'm not forgiving them. I don't have that in me, and I doubt I ever will. But the memory of that day in the place of court, they'll ask you to be locked up again after saving us all. It stayed with me. Got me thinking about why she and the other youths would commit such atrocities. But I swear to serve the Empire. And the answer was simple. Because it seemed what we say, Ian and suffered much the same. In a hell where all could work in debt, they chose to betray one brother to save another. all the Garleans win. Not by breaking, but by making you break yourself. By making the choice, seeking the right one for a man at the end of his tether. Healing begins with liberation. And some scars never will regardless. Those who return from foreign lands may have difficulty carving out the living here. Those who pledge allegiance to Garlemald. This is not the Alamingo we dreamed of. But after 20 years of misery, I'll not see all thrown away because we can't come to terms with the past. That's why I formed the Silver Griffins. To see that no one is cast aside. It's a cause I support. That's what brought me here today. I've been acting as meeting here. Aye. And in the short time he's been with us, he's proven that himself unnatural. Despite our early success, the families and skulls continue to refuse our help. I think I see where this is leading. They're the ones who turned, yes? Comes as no surprise. They're trying and tormented our murdered fellow Alamegans. And anyone left conscious would feel shame and guilt, and for some, it might be too much to bear. I think I might know why they're turning us away. There's a sense of the matter, though, so let's go somewhere we won't be overheard. Give it in-world explanation why there's a number of incidents. I can answer that in a moment, Darth. It's about one of the men who turned. I saw his memories. With the echo, not pretend I understand it. Tell us what you learned. I only got a glimpse, but that was enough. It was during the occupation. A man was raising his son. Only the two of them, but they were a family. To keep his boy clothed and fed, he chose to side with the Empire. He knew what the others would say. But he did it anyway. And so he was burned as a traitor. Every day his son listened to the jeering, the insults. There was nothing he could do. When he came of age, he joined the Skulls in the hope it would make life easier for his father. He never dared to question his orders, no matter how depraved. He died in the revolution, but not before killing his own countrymen. His father wept not for the betrayer or murderer, but for the man he could have been. He blamed all on himself, right up until the change took him. I can only pray he and his boy have finally found the peace they were denied in life. Alas, theirs is all too familiar tale. They cannot forgive themselves, nor can they see how anyone else could. Their sins of their kin weigh heavy on them. They think themselves undeserving of our compassion. If they carry on like that, they'll turn into beasts. We've got to help them before it's too late. Growing up Puffgarly in Alamingo, I know how it is to be shunned and hated. To hate myself. But so long as we give ourselves and others a chance, we can continue for the better. And while I might not be as clever as eloquent as someone like Alphino, I know I can make a difference. I might not be quite the swordsman I used to be, but I'm still a fighter. I owe to Abara and I will make the most of this life as long as I got it. We Silver Griffins will give her. Oh, see, there's no beast or blasphemies, right? Ravage got gear up down again. So, Commander Odin, we're out here with approval to continue our work. course. There's no enemy more formidable than despair, and I'd be a fool to refuse your help. Not even a single one of our people has succumbed to this transformation as proof of our failure to protect them. Therefore, I pledge the Silver Guardians my unconditional support. Together, we will prevail. Now that we have Relina on our aid the troops, I believe we are ready to face any beast we encounter. So I feel it's only a matter of time before others appear. And I see you, Lynn, Silver Griffins, your assistance. In the meantime, very good. For now, let us return to the city. So, in universe, Relina is the only warrior of light in my playthrough. However, there are other adventurers who also do possess the Echo. Now in universe, Relina is the one that's getting all the praise and all the rest of it. They either we happen to travel, have some nearby, and we call for their aid to help us out. That's what happened when we faced. That's what happened when we went to fight this guy whose name I'm blanking on. I really should just repeat. Yeah, Susanoo. When we went to fight Susanoo, a bunch of other adventurers were nearby. We teamed up and then we fought them. Those other adventurers are the one you see running about doing other stuff in the background, when they are the other players. However, after this one. After the Sea of Sacrifice, we gained the is in the collection? No. The Unending Codex. It is so new. But after we did the Sea of Sacrifice, we gained a crystal who of the power source of who we're a reincarnation of. Who has the power to throw people from across different realms. So when we're doing particular trials, that's where they come from. And that's the lore reason for the other adventures that we keep running into. Imitates the living character and yes! It was the same for me when I believed my failures had led to the Sultan's assassination. The despair and suffering were indescribable. And it's fortunate that you and the other Silence came to my rescue. I had friends who convinced me I was more than some of my worst mistakes. Now we must do the same for the people of Alamico. We must help them to heal them and find strength to, if not forgive them, then come to terms with who we were, so we can look to who we can't be. Who we should aspire to be. Precisely why the work of the Silver Griffins is so vital. Our problems are not new, they're just this deadly phenomenon means we cannot afford to delay addressing any longer. We will outside our course of action. Don't get a first note. I'll tell them. The Rogers will watch over and keep through. We were hoping you'd stop by. I'll show you to Commander Alden at once. It's a good way of handling it, I think. Just let them just stay story focused. You're a welcome sight as always, Relina. I know. Lots happens since we last spoke. The Silver Griffins have been keeping busy. As have I and my men. I'm afraid we've got no trophy for our efforts. Although we've been searching for high level last week, we've seen neither high nor hair of it. Unfortunately, everyone else has that better luck. There's here, of course, of lesser beasts throughout Euromania. Throwing them down as a force, hunting the blasphemy, like all, wouldn't you? God forget matters. Rumors have been circulating that these beasts were Skull's kin. Well, this is true of the recent incident in Olegana. We cannot be able to jump into conclusions, given what they might feel tempted to do. It has been suggested that we take those individuals into custody for their own protection as much as the safety of others. But that would only isolate them further, even further, and give credence to the rumors. Recent unrest has centered the efforts of Silver Griffins to no end. Therefore, I ask that you aid them in their endeavors and see if there's aught that can be done. Oh, so you'll be joined by another volunteer. Try not to be too surprised. I thought I felt my ears burning. I said I don't need a keeper. But did they bloody listen? Did they bollocks? Come on, don't be like that. That's what you agreed to. Besides, you never know when you might need a healer. That's not better than Relina. He's right. You've earned a measure of trust, and this shouldn't be taken to mean otherwise. Sick as thieves, are we now? Then there's no need for a soldering collar, eh? We all know it's not coming off anytime soon. But if this is how it's to be, then fine. So long as she keeps out of my way. I wanted to review the visit with Silver Griffin's headquarters in Algana. Some relatives of the Cranial have agreed to meet with them. We could do with a measure of precaution. If anyone so much as mentions the skulls, I'll deal with it. Understood? Let's get this over with. Hello to you too, Ferdola. She's as much physical turning as anyone. Maybe even more so. You don't really need to see the way she's carrying. She's not got much to handle on her own echo either. Sometimes visions come and go without warning, with such force that it's all she can do is stay standing. There's no telling what might happen when she comes face to face with the family of her former comrades. So look out for her, please. Oh, yeah. Wish that there was more I could do to myself. But we call them our own duties, and I'll see them through to the end. So must we all. Follow Verdola's lead. We're counting on you both. But ready to step in, even if she curses you for it. I'm the best healer, so my enemies die for the... That is one of the preferred ways of healing in this game. It's why shield healers are often considered the best. Preventative healing and all that. Like there's a limit to how much HP I can restore you to. That is not the case for shields. Though shields don't stand there, so you know. Yep. This is definitely the right place for me to be wearing winter glam. The deserts. Feeling like I was sent you, Relina. As for her, if you've got any complaints, take them up with the commander. No, it's fine. Should be told ever since the day of the Royal Palace I've been thinking. Stop! You don't want to say it, and I don't want to hear it. To the matter at hand, then. The Silver Griffins have been working to support the relatives of Karina Lupi. But one family has gone missing. A mother and her parents. Who lived together under the same roof. One of ours paid them a visit, but they were nowhere to be seen. When they went inside to check, they found the house had been torn to shreds. Thick gouges on the floor and walls, made by beast claws by the looks of them. You think they've returned? This was likely explanation. Please do what you can, else before anyone else is hurt. There's no time to waste. I'll head west, you east. Very Goku and Vegeta, this relationship. Though I would like to point out the issue of setting two people with the Echo who can just spontaneously be inflicted by it at will. It seems like a bad idea. An envelope containing a coupled tear-stained letter. Dear Mother, hope this letter finds you well. Time is short, so I must keep this brief. Although I've never done anything to make you proud, I promise you things will be different when this war is over. Till then, take care and know I love you with all my heart. Using his you doing, Ori? Are you able to find anything? This is revealed. I found the killer third. Who's carrying this? Magic ring. I'll deliver these effects to the next encampment. Wait short for or as close to one as possible in these circumstances. There's no change in the past. We'll always carry it. And the scars. But no matter who we were or where we were or what we did, we're Alamekans. Then and now. The Empire was our enemy then, and now it's despair. Good words and deeds will serve us best in this fight. Words even an old man like me can yet wield. Thanks to the two of you, the missing villagers may finally be laid to rest. I and the other Silver Griffins will redouble our efforts to prevent any further tragedies. Finished checking the wares, sir. Everything's in order. Good work. Take a rest, lad. You've more than earned it. Keep this to yourselves. Better if us younger boy was a member of the Granny Loopy. This is exactly the sort we're trying to help. Like many of the others, he was reluctant to talk with us at first. But after we gained his trust, we were able to help him find work. He's taken to it well. It's her! The butcher! Traitors! All of us! Kinslayers deserving of hate and death! Hate and death! Get back! Get back! Stay away from her! For Dola saved your girl's life. I know, but she's... happened in an instant. That poor lad. It had to be done without hesitation. It would have been much worse otherwise. Could you go out to Fort Dolan and see to our wounds? I'll do what I can here. is very Halo spawny, isn't it, Darth?
I want to say thank you to the brave lady for rescuing me. Do you think I'll see her again? She risked her life to save my daughter. For all she really had done, I owe her that.
I'll be fine. Leave me be. I said I don't need your help. Don't worry, I'm a white mage. My heals are so strong, they can heal war crimes off my record. Bloody hells. If you're to patch me, I'll get on with it. Quietly. The Corella can't change its spots. There's no washing the blood of my hands. Nor would I. Even I could. Taking out Guardian Steel was the first choice, but not the last. Like the first kill, the hardest. Every choice after that came easier and easier, until I stopped counting, stopped caring. You tell yourself it's right, it's for the greater good. You give the order, feel the ground trembles, the cannon fires, and when the dust settles, when your own men are buried beneath the rubble, and you tell yourself, me too. Ah! That man in the village. I saw his past. I'm the one who killed his brother. I'll be alright. I just need a moment. Can you wait with me? White Mage. We get the heavy plots. Everything the Skulls fought for, the sacrifices we made, the things we did, and then it was for nothing. Sometimes I look back on the road I walked, and the bitterness I can still taste, and I wonder, if I grew up in our time, in our place, and I've done the same to my different people, what was always in me? To be me. All I know is, everyone would have been better off if I'd never been born. But I was, and I dragged others to death, a hell of my own making. I remember those two brothers in particular, childhood friends of mine. The older one enlisted with me, but not the younger. He would never have made it as a soldier. He was too kind, too good. Answered died as Specular Imperatus, and his brother's still out there somewhere. Have I got the courage to face him after what I did? I always found the life he deserves. Herda!
He's alive. How?
Glad he made it out. Too many others didn't. Too many others still need our help. I helped make this blasphemy, and my Valgar will kill the bastard is the last thing I do. Anyway, that's enough out of me. I'll be headed back into the city to make my report. I suggest you do likewise. Be a healer, they said. Help the most people, they said. All you're doing is making sure people live, after all. Welcome back. We're all the same in our account. I'd like to hear yours too. She must have also turned into a beast herself. I have to take that into consideration before sending her out in the field again. As for the fencing again are concerned, too, you did well. Despite the appearance of several beasts, you were able to prevent any further casualties. However, this serves to confirm that those with the connections to creating Lupi should be considered at the risk of turning. Over the years, many of them have drifted away from the larger settlements and taken to living secret. Others made their way to Oda as refugees, including some individuals of interest. As such, we'll be working closely with the Immortal Flames to locate and offer support to those refugees in particular. In fact, I plan to make the journey there for an audience with the Sultana. Once my preparations are complete, perhaps you might accompany me. I shall be glad to see you. Oh yeah, Cure 1 is so good. It's so good I stuck out my shift bar so I can have easy access to it. Where's the Commando then? I take it? This way, please. Oh, the lightning stopped. It should put sound effects back on. A request for an audience with the Sultana has been accepted. Before we depart, I'll share what we've learned since last we spoke. Last week continues to elude us. Although my others has come to despair in turn. Even the Alamigas hold down forces searching for the signs of the beast of the more powerful victims. We've yet to discern a power in the chaos. Nevertheless, some of our classmates, like others, his behavior is likely dictated by the passion or regrets of the man who once was. Therefore, any information concerning him and the life he may lead led me to help us track it down before it strikes again. We don't want people to shun the families and the skulls any more than we already are. But the fact remains the vast majority of the beasts have been born from them. They're the ones at the greater risk of turning, without question. Which rather concerns me, too. She came close to transforming once before, so I think it might be best to keep her out of this after all. She was able to resist the transformation, and so no sign was close to coming from it since then. And she wasn't doing her part to save me now. Surely she would benefit greatly from your understanding of the struggles of other people's face. You'd gain from the experience too. But she's not the sort to brandish a sword in charge of the battle. But soon discover she's a champion of her own every year. As brave as any warrior. I doubt she has much to learn from the likes of me, but it would be an honor to make her acquaintance. Arvold and I will go ahead of you. Sister. See you soon. No. Okay. It's been a while since I've been to Old I'll let you get on the golden saucer. Ladies. Everyone we love will die. Not a fan of capitalist Colosseum's ring. Hey, Papashan. Master Papashan was just telling us that Namino or should I say, the Illyra has gone on another of her jaunts about the city. Well, it's not my place to question her grace's judgment. I do wish she had consulted me before running off on her own. Perhaps I'm overthinking it, but it's unlike her to keep her guests waiting. If I may so say so, sir, the blasphemies appearing throughout the land. It's a dangerous time to be going for a stroll. I suspect that may be the very reason. She wishes to see for herself how the citizens fare in these trying times. Even so, it's downright reckless. We'll find her though. No, we couldn't possibly let such a esteemed guest to. Come now. We might be here on official business, but we're all friends. And as you may remember, I have a knack of tracking down there on sultanas. Some may say that knack is rather charitable. I should be glad to have assistance. I'll look around here. Quizzing the locals will give you an opportunity to learn what's going on, no doubt too. Well then, there's no time like the present. Fear not, with me on the case, this will be over before you know it. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Dum ba dum ba dum ba dum. Dum ba dum ba dum ba dum. Dum dum dum. You know, a thought occurs to me. Huh. Yes, it is. Though I didn't know they added it for like a little bit, purely because it's a level 40 skill, so it was not automatically added to my powers. I had to go find it. This is kind of funny. Oop, wrong button. At present, Gridania, you can make an entire dungeon theme with just classes from it. With the Gunbreaker, White Mage, and then you have a choice of 3 DPS with Bard, Dragoon, or Pictomancer. Whilst in Limsa, you can do the same with Warrior, Summoner, Scholar, and Ninja, or Dancer. You can't do that for Ul'dah. Ul'dah does not have a healer class. As Paladin, Monk, Red Mage, Black Mage, Reaper. Anyway. It's been some time since I've last combed these streets for young Lydia. As a matter of fact, Pemba-san and I would compete to see which of us could find her first. As I recall, most of the contest ended in my favor. The trick, you see, is to look past the disguise and pay attention to the gestures and mannerisms. The tiniest movement that may give her away. Come, I'll show you how it's done. Just find a produce in these stalls. Here. She's been abducted. Are these pots, perhaps? No. She hides in pots? I've never known her to be this elusive. That's odd. I tried all your usual haunts, so unless she's hiding inside a barrel or something equally nonsensical, she must be elsewhere. Gosh, why did she choose now of all the times to run off? Well, she's been abducted, or run foul of a beast. I know, peasant. It's hard not to worry. But where could you be? Come to think of it. So Papa Shansan caught my ear. Thought Nama went on this excursion because of the emergence of the blasphemy and the beasts. To better understand how our people are coping with the situation. If so, should we have driven to seek out the most desperate and destitute? Pearl Lane, then. Might I ask you to lead the way? I'll admit my ability to track missing persons has may have dulled somewhat. Berlin has ever been plagued by pickpockets and the like. I'll watch your back, so go ahead and give the search for Larry your full attention. You know, Ravan, she might be doing this because she knew you were coming back and she thought it would be nostalgic. Just saying. Yeet! Ah, dang it. I yeeted the wrong place. Immediately obvious. Conditions here have improved considerably of late. But Grace continues to support the rebuilding efforts in Carabania, which has led to the creation of jobs, for which many of the locals have both here on the other side of the Belser's wall. Thank you, Ori. In every society there are haves and have-nots. I seldom has this divide more sorely felt than here in Old Isle. Many of the young and able-bodied work for Lolorito as guards, though he earns more in an afternoon than most of them will in a lifetime. I'd like to remind anyone aspiring pickpockets that I may have DPS or healer right now. That's still more than enough to put you down. I am a giant light bomb. No, Hallelujah. Bud? What are you doing here? Lyra. Adrelina, too. Well, I'm glad to see you both. Our meeting is not yet due to commence for several bells. What's the meaning of this? We were worried. For good reason. These are far too dangerous times for you to be alone, Your Grace. Some things never change, but I assure you, I am quite capable of looking after myself in my own city of all places. More importantly, I wish to observe firsthand how the people have been faring of late. I might be better prepared to participate in our discussions later. When I have finished, you will become perfectly here. The Praetor also escort you to more amenable surroundings. You should carry the right of shoulder. Certainly not. You have attracted more than enough attention. I don't actually know who has second best DPS amongst the healers. Sage is definitely the top DPS, but it's made to be. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we do. And it is specifically because of this. The sheer damage a size does, and the range of a size, when combined with Afflictus Misery. Because look at Afflictus Misery's potency of 1,360. To put that in perspective. The highest potency I have as a samurai on its highest damaging skill is 1020. Now granted, this always crits. So this will still do more damage. But like... most of the time I'll do more damage. If I crit with this, fear the blood lily. It is not a joke. I thank you all for making the journey to here during these difficult times. It is my pleasure to properly make your acquaintance. On behalf of the people of Eorzea, allow me to express my sincerest gratitude for your continued dedication to our cause. With respect, Your Grace, I'm just a soldier. I was a soldier. Still, I say, Commander Elder would not make such a distinction, and neither will I. You yet serve your people, and have provided solace to many of Ala Mhigo's most vulnerable. If we are to deal with this threat, we must forlorn arm ourselves with knowledge. And instead you come bearing information regarding the blasphemies and his victims?
We have indeed. We're just going to talk about it out here in the halls, and also go to your meeting room, which is barely 50 feet away.
Oh, it is upstairs. There's no need to There's no end to the struggles faced in Ala Mhigan refugees. And those once pledged to the allegiance of the Empire are no exception. But rest assured that irrespective of their past, all will be treated with an even hand. All will be afforded such aid as I am able to provide.
Monogamous as always, Your Grace.
If I were to be bold, I have a question. What do you have in mind for those most at risk of undergoing the change? I believe there is but one recourse. Earnest and open dialogue. While some are born into the unimaginable wealth, others suffer great hardship and opposition. The circumstances of one's birth are beyond our control. Our fate subject to the whims of the gods, some would argue. I once thought I suffered blizzard on my fate. A figurehead, helpless to watch on as my people starved. A powerless puppet, knowing nothing more than to cast all aside to face so all. A
failed for my naivety. Then was a flicker second chance. The world is unfair, terrible so. But we have the power to push back against inequalities and injustices. Have not overcome them on blessed occasions, to love our neighbour and share in life's bounties. To open our hearts and come together as one.
Sure, words were never spoken.
But without the support of the peoples, such words are not but plain platitudes. Thankfully, my recent attempts to make inroads with the monarchists have met with some success. Despite differing views on many subjects, we have yet strived to find common ground.
Common ground.
We require more efforts than 80,000 pretty quickly. We seem to have to agree to this common term. Of course, you're not the only ones in danger. Almegans everywhere. Whether they side with the Empire, or the resistance, or in the middle, they all suffered. They all wake up in the night at times, haunted by memories of death and despair. We know what can happen to those feelings that are left to fester. The legend's legacy of the imperial nations will soon be forgotten. Rather than seek to forget, the absence is necessary to remember, to acknowledge and accept the truth of it. That may be probably more than was so lost. Aye. Remembrance. I propose we hold a memorial service for all those who died in the war. Everyone. Not who they were or what they did. Let them be loved. Let them be hated. Above all, let them be remembered. The remembering of the dead, in their honor and their sin. We, the living Valadigo, will find yet a silver upon the ground.
It's noble sentiment. But ready to gather people with reason to distrust one another in this kind of thing. Essentially to be a recipe for disaster. But again, we can't keep ignoring that Marin will do nothing to address the situation. As long as we leave it to the individuals to decide whether or not to attend the ceremony, it's worth a try. Organising an event of this scale would require a great deal of effort, so I offer my full support. If you know what's needed, come to me. I'll put together a plan of interaction.
Thank you, Bubs. Obviously, some will balk at the idea. This is perfectly understandable. So I'm going to listen to their opinions as well. After all, we want it to be a ceremony that brings the Almegans together. I was wondering, Your Grace, when I ask your approach to talking to people, weighing them over. As you can tell, I'm no politician. So it'd be great for any advice you could share with me. Why, I would be delighted to. As a matter of fact, I have a number of matters I wish to discuss with you.
On that route, I suggest you and I return to Almega.
Amigo.
He's outdone himself. Only as a family you have you in life as before.
taking it to considerable club. Most close borders who money is now down to the directors. I think that many will come around. That's enough like ready. For our part, we must stand at the ready for whatever may occur. And shall send word if there are any developments. There you are, Relina. Commander Odin has asked me to convey you to the following information. At present, we're looking into reports of missing relatives of Karina Lupi with the cooperation of the Silver Griffins. We're currently searching for any clues as to their whereabouts. Thanks to the concerns efforts of Ragnarfeld and the others, the general public has been willing to cooperate with our investigation. Though many still harbor feelings of distrust for the collaborators and their kin, they've grown more receptive to our cause on the whole. Our have also been making steady progress in preparing for the memorial ceremony. Plus, also a meeting between the various community leaders to go over for the fine details. In fact, he was wondering whether you could assist in delivering invitations. If you can spare the time, you should be able to find the Mercantile District. Anyway, that's all for now. A few other matters to attend to, so if you'll excuse my duty calls. As I said, even though Astral does the least overall DPS, they are still probably the most valued healer over White Mage because they get party buffs, which White Mage does not. Thanks for coming. Which comes as no surprise that the planning for memorial ceremony for a whole bloody nation would keep a man busy. But by Ralgr, this is something else. The hardest part has been gathering information about those who died in the war, especially when it comes to the skulls and the other conscripts. And they're the ones we need to treat the most carefully. If we don't acknowledge the crimes of our kin and all their painful truth, then we do a disservice to their victims, living and dead. But if we let people paint them as monsters who do monstrous things, we believe we would never do, then we perpetuate a different but no less dangerous lie. As we're preparing for the event itself, I'll be holding a meeting with members of different settlements from Girabania. I've sent invitations to most of them already. I was hoping you'd have the last two. There's Raz Nun in the Pruning Stones and Sonisha and Viranilla. I'll give you one each. To be honest, I would be surprised if they refused. Because the other people some of them are hands and skulls. They're overcome hungry, but deep down, all these people trying to survive. They might know lessons. Driven the Empire off their lands. So long as we hold fast to the grudges born of the intensive fights, says against one another, we'll never feel the legacy of cruelty. With that in mind, I'm going to recount my experiences with the Silver Griffins and the people I've met. Victims, collaborators, and their friends and their family men and women who lived through it all. Survivors. They refuse to join the ceremony. We say we'll know and hopefully understand our reasons for holding the event. Granted, I know you're practicing writing important letters, but I think they'll get the message. You being the one to deliver them will make a world of difference. I'm sure. Take care, won't you? Greetings, friend. It's been too long since I last spoke. What purchase did I So the rumors are true. You need not read this large list of contents. I understand that Bakerfield's volunteers are working to support the families of those lost in war. There's few will deny it's a worthy cause. Like other relatives of Karina Lupi. Skulls watched the Empire slay us in thousands, and still they turned their bullets and fought for our oppressors. They ask us to mourn their deaths so that these Carol souls alongside their victims. Anything. Loyalty, pride, conscience, the very soul. All their meanings I cannot ensure the safety of those involved. I suspect some scrolls have been faced with self-same choice. You see how they can suffer it? Honestly, I do not understand. I wish they would. Their crimes will never be forgiven. They cannot be. Any others who are willing to offer our prayers for those tortured souls and the beck of the pain. I accept the invitation. No matter how I am trying, there's browse and water. I'll put the question to my people. They may decide for themselves. I'm most eager to make the acquaintance of the person who wrote this letter. Does not want to turn a blind eye to the bare truth, painful to miss confront. I mean, it will be a perfect opportunity to take his measure. What do we owe the pleasure of your visit? That it is I suspected. There have been rumors that such a ceremony would take place. Although you have traveled far to make this invitation, I must decline. We cannot mourn the loss of the fallen, if the Crini Lupi are to be counted among them. Like the Kolana, they chose to aid the Guardian oppressors, killing and bleeding for those who would pillage our lands, cowards and traitors all. And we are to assume that Kolana, who died for the Empire, will be honored as well. If so, there's all the more reason for us to refuse. If you insist. No one will spare
suffering in the occupation, not the resistance, not the collaborators, not the families. That so many would die in shame and ignominy would sold their souls, only to lose everything is a tragedy and a lesson. If they are forgotten, the lesson of their folly is forgotten. For the sake of this land we call home, I will join you in remembrance and implore my people to do the same. In mourning we may strengthen our ties with our neighbours as well. By together facing our past, we can build a foundation for lasting peace and prosperity. It would be my honour to attend the proposed meeting. I look forward to personally thanking your friend Danville for his dedication. I and my peers are much to learn from the example of he has set. Man, I forgot just how much this entire art is art bolts. So, how's it there in the fringes? Say that about me? It's rare to have such glorified praise, especially when we're now leaders slashing bloods of none. More importantly, well, they agreed to attend the meeting. And I've got you to thank for that. After all, I imagine it's hard to turn down an invitation when it's not even delivered by the boy or polite himself. Before I get ahead of myself, though, you must remember that this is the only the beginning. Bringing everyone together is one thing. Coming to an agreement, another divisive issue, is a different kettle of fish entirely, as her graceful script would point out. But that just taught me, if our cause is just and our hearts are true, those like mine will surely answer the call. And the answer they have. Well, there are bound to be differences of opinion. I'm sure there's nothing we can't overcome when we put our minds to it. To that end, I was hoping you could join us. If you have time to spare, there are still a few loose ends Ragnarfield and I need to tie up beforehand. So we'll meet you in the place as soon as we can. Just having you there will make a world of difference. Here for the meeting, yeah? So while we agree upon the importance of the ceremony, we recognize the inclusion of the Kareni Lupi will be distressing for many. I too lost family in their hands. I never ask others to forgive or forget. But for all their crimes, they are all Amigans, just like us. Not made the decision to decide whether to go out of love lightly. They had a choice and they chose to betray us. Who among us was not made difficult choices for kith and kin? But do not forget that Fortuna chose to stand between us and a primal. What does that have to do with it? Brothers and sisters, our union will avail us not. The fate of Alamiko rests on my shoulders and yours, on those of every man, woman, and child that calls these lands home. To uphold our honor, to strive for prosperity, to protect our loved ones,
We all know the weight of these responsibilities. It was the self-same weight which drove many of our people to service our oppressors, misguided as it was. And though they chose a different, unconscious, circular path in the end, we all wanted the same thing. To deliver our families from prosecution, they might live to one more day. Because in our day, shame and self-hatred was still better than none at all. The regretful deed of survives by the despair. The despair which threatens to drag us all into the abyss for where there is no escape. Know that it was surely wrong if we were welcomed into our hearts of disdain for those we cannot forgive. But we are all Amigan, and we are not so easily defeated. We will stand united and conquer this menace. Every Amigan who fought and died did so in hopes that one day we would be free. We are free. We are free by the blood of our fallen brothers and sisters. We are free. We need to lock away the pain and pretend it has no power over us. Until it festers and take us in our beds. We need to let it bare and let it breathe. To acknowledge that the Lord our people at their best and their worst. The past is ours to bear. All of it. For ourselves and for future generations. So that they needn't suffer. As we did. Let's make Alamigo a nation where no man is left behind. Where it can make all the wrong choice and still be afforded the chance to make it a right one. Name was good hope for. I might graduate from your power and planet of secrets. But we both know who the real hero of the day was. It was all Ardenville's idea. It was his course that finally went over to the naysayers. Now that we have the community leaders on our side, we should have much easier time with the rest of the citizenry. Of course, holding ceremonies by no means our final objective. No matter what we say, some will still refuse to attend. It's my hope, however, that will still serve to provide a measure of closure to us all, to ease the plight of the vulnerable and the ostracized. Speaking of which, you'll recall the incident with Ferdola and Algana. The girl she saved, and her mother wished to thank her personally. Considering what happened last time, so I have reservations. It will be a valuable opportunity to present a former skull in a more positive light. On the other hand, I don't need to tell you how unpredictable she can be. And that's before taking her echo into consideration. But that's a conversation for another day. Go and rest some. You've earned it. I will drink some water. Okay. Something terrible has happened. Miss Ferdola, she's escaped. She was accompanying a squadron out on a training exercise. One when she was there, and the next, she was gone. I don't think there's much of it time, but she's acting strangely ever since she met that mother and child. You know, once a while to thank her for saving her girl's life. I told Commander Aldin about it, but charging off to Algarad to ask them if they had any idea where Ferdola might be. I thought about going after him, but then I heard you were headed this way. Now it can be better to send you in my stead. Godspeed, Relena. Rough roll.
Relena, was expecting to see you here. You've heard of what's happening then? Christopher Sodor's begging to our trust. She's given us a slip. As you may know, she wears a choker. We tried to prevent exactly that. If I were there to give the order, she would be dead within moments. And she knows that. She took the risk anyway, so I believe she has a good reason. That's what we're looking into now. We were hoping Clara and young Lily here would consider some light on the matter. I'd like to ask you about your conversation with Verdola, if you may. Yeah, of course. I know she's the butcher, or was, at least. But it didn't seem right to go without thanking her. That's why I requested a meeting to express my gratitude and my apologies. She was quiet at first, just stood there as she spoke. Was everyone even listening? Then I mentioned the blasphemy, and she looked at Riley. And all of a sudden clutched her own head and cried out in agony. The echo. Can you remember what you were thinking about at the time? A man. The one I saw in the city. What? Who? Did he have anything to do with all these people panicking? I think he did. When I was waiting for you, I saw him. He was by himself. He looked poorly, so I asked if he was alright, and he said yes. He had a nice smile. The goblin started walking, but then... he was shouting and screaming. I was so frightened I didn't want to talk about it. Not even to Mum. I wish you said something sooner. Oh, I'm sorry, Pop, but this is my fault for leaving you on your own. The man turned to a blasphemy, I'd wager. The girl saw him, which means Verdola has now seen him too. There's one other thing. When Verdola was having her funny turn, she said something... Charlie? No, Charlotte, I think. Yes, that was it. Ring any bells? Can't say it does. If he has anything to do with the skulls, the Silver Griffins should have some information on them. You best have a word with Dragonfog then. It will be very helpful. I'd also like to thank you for being so kind to Verdola. She may not have said it, but I'm sure it meant a lot to her. I have a couple more things I'd like to ask, so I'll catch up with you later.
Ruh-roh, are you? Ruh-roh, Nara.
Alright, is there? Yes, that name does come from these investigations. As I recall, I started under viceroy during our occupation. His whereabouts is currently unknown. Had another brother named Ansfred, another Korean Lupi, which would give him the connection for Dola. So anyone who could tell us where Barbon? Yes, an uncle we recently helped find employment here in Malagana. It's actually one of Wes's Charlotte. Most likely to find him walking around the sleeping stones. As it happens, I was planning to bring him something to eat. I'll join you there shortly. So much deep voices in this campaign, this story arc. Da-da-da-da-da. Perhaps we should see what it looks like. So I'm looking at. That's him over there. We're not interrupting. No, of course not. It's good to see you, Ragnfeld. My word, the Bull of Alamigo and the champion of the Alliance? Not to bring such esteemed guests to our humble quarry. At ease, my good fellow. We merely wish to ask you about your nephew. Claret? You found him? No luck yet, then. Is there anything you can tell us? More about his childhood, perhaps? Wasn't much of one, I'm afraid. Our boy's life was ruined long before he had any say in the matter. His parents and I swore allegiance to God Almighty to secure ourselves in our kin's citizenship. For all the good it did us here, living among our countrymen is to treat us like pariahs. It took its toll when him and his brother to be spat on as traitors by association. One thing led to another, and Ansford, together with most of his friends, joined the Imperial Army. That's how it started, you know. Korean Lupi. Gaius, loyal little pups. Do you remember the names of his friends? Yes, they had quite the reputation growing up. There was Emelin, Erdolf, and the angry little girl who grew up to become the butcher herself, Fortola. Charlotte was part of the group too, yes. From what we've heard, he chose not to become a soldier. No less than a day in training. He knew that better than anyone, of course. And that helped him to feeling less guilty for turning his back on the others. He blamed himself for their deaths, for not stopping them when he had the chance, for not being strong enough to fight by their side. Maybe save them, maybe not. He wasn't there, and he wished he had been. Then one day, he was gone.
whatever he is, I hope he's sitting well.
So do we. Thank you. The information we shared, sir, proved useful. And for you, it wasn't proved. I know you call it here. Go enjoy it for your family. Be in peace for now. Back to Alexander. Let's see. Ra has Shaggy. Alphino would be Fred. Or would Thancred be Fred? Maybe Thancred's Fred. With Orianji as Daphne. So Leo's brother discovers draw himself as a child with friend of the goals. So he refused to join the Silver Griffins as well. He would try to make his own way for some time now. His brother and his friends thought his curriculum impuritas. Say for Dolan is God, so they know how he felt more after that. Lord Huck foretold the film about Charlotte after seeing one of his members of him transformed into blasphemy. Brother of a man she killed and childhood friends besides. She thinks she's responsible for this. That's why she ran. To kill the beast. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm worried about her. Verdola's a survivor and outcast herself. Exactly the sort of person the Silver Griffins are trying to support. You see for yourself the sacrifice she's willing to make. And you can learn to feel sympathy for her. Maybe others can too. I think we have enough information for the time being. Return to the city and plan our next move. Wait. Wow. Guys? Unless it happens in the next one. This is an entire road quest at Eggwalker where Melina does not have an Echo Vision. I think the only one. Because Verdola has it instead. I've decided to fear my soldiers to assist some Griffins in investigating Charlotte's background. With luck, we'll find them quickly. Then we can prepare for what must come after. We're all search Charlotte's the one who transformed into blasphemy. And so there's not to be done to put him out of his misery. As for Verdola, I put Monago and her troops in charge of the pit tracking her. Once they found her, they were permission to lend whatever support they deem necessary. If it comes to it, I may ask you to join the search. Until such time, I ask that you take this opportunity to rest. Raban, I literally find everything I'm asked to find in like 10 minutes. But sure. Might be time to panic. The panic talk is going up. So, move the panic talk to maybe like 11:35. Thank goodness you're here. Commander Nelson needs to see you right away. Follow me. Keep it contained until we arrive, but do not engage if you can help it. Understood? That was Manako. Her units found Perdola, or rather, she has found them. In fact, I have Perdola the search party's link girl. She wants a word with you. This is urgent, so be quiet and listen. The blasphemy, my friend, is right in front of us. I tracked him down when he spotted me. He started heading towards Specula Imperatus. Look, Relina, I need your help. Charlotte's not... He never wanted to hurt anyone. The last thing he's become is... I can't leave him like this. I've got to stop him. Whatever it takes. Guys, Perdola just asked for our help. Maybe move the banner clock to about 5 to midnight. I owe you. This is Manako. Can you hear me? We got the blasphemy surround. It's on the move. Get ahead of it. Maintain distance. We need to... Perdola, what are you doing? Perdola! Perdola! There's no time to waste. They need our help. That's 2 bots tonight. How hard? Vegeta no gear, not that far from Specula. Prejudice. If he let the boss whistle through her fingers, it doesn't hurt thinking of move. Crap! Tank's running too fast! Can't keep up! Can't Dreamcast reach out of her! Ah! Perdola is determined to put the slaves by her own hands. We can't allow a reckless to put our lives and others in jeopardy. The time has come for action. Are you ready? I am. Oh, you're a big boy. Hold the line for as long as you can. Commander Alden and the Warrior Light may be here any moment. Stay strong. You've done well. You've done well. Leave the rest to us. Yes, sir. Get the injured to safety. Coward! Coward! Traitor to them! To everyone! Oh, there we go! Talk to you soon. I wish there was another way. So do I, but fighting is the only thing I'm good at. Makes me wonder how I ended up with such a clever brother. Too clever for his own good, maybe. But just the thought going into battle about getting hurt, or having to hurt others, people. He's a bleeding heart, our Charlotte. Sooner before to fly than shoo it away, much less kill it. I could kill it if I wanted. I could. But you don't. And there's no shame in that. Leave the soldiering to us, Charlotte. We'll show the Guardians what we're capable of. Get the power and respect we deserve, and then things will change. They will. You'll see. Found a place for ourselves, and then we'll find yours soon enough. Alright, that'll do. Everyone is listening? Be back here tomorrow. Good did I do? They gave everything they had to give while I hid like a rat waiting for the storm to pass. Coward. 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 Rats are noble animals. You leave the fuzzy ones alone. Coward. Coward. Bear dead. Bear gone. It's not your fault, Charlotte. It's not. You didn't do anything wrong, and I'm the coward. The traitor. The butcher. I'll always be the butcher. Don't you dare, Portola! You don't get to end it. You don't get to give up. I won't let you. You have a lifetime to make amends and atone, to become everything more than you were. But you die here, you are everything they say, everything you believe. Is that what you want? She's not going anywhere. Arnthald, why are you here? There's nowhere else I'd rather be. I can't fight your side, but I can still cheer you on. I've seen your past, Charlotte. How you were left behind while your friends rushed into battle. It's bloody hard, isn't it? Wanting to do something so desperately with every fibre of your being, knowing that you should. Should you be able to? You shouldn't. You can't. So you find another way to support them. Your way. You did that too, didn't you? You were there for them. Even if it didn't feel like it, but you were, Charlotte. You were. As a friend of mine once said, not all heroes are forged in the fires of battle. The history of Alamigo is written in blood. While we cannot change the past, we can change the future. And for that, we must all play our part. All of us.
difficult, Emmeline. One day we'll be together again. But not yet. You'll never hurt anyone, Charlotte. That's not who you are. As you remember, this is the kind soul you won't always wear. Counting on you. It's kind of sad this isn't the tanked one, because then this would be 3 tanks. One of the most unique matchups in the entire game. Let's do this.
As one!
Thank you. I mean it. I've been looking everywhere for you. Have you now? Down the last remaining beast spawned by the blasphemy. Tis a pity we could do naught for those who turned, but that we were able to prevent further casualties is nothing short of a miracle. It's astounding too, looking back at Charlotte's case. Those existence spurred others to transform. He never attacked any settlements or travelers. Even when we underwent the change in the middle of a crowded street. Those who were oppressed escaped with minor injuries at worst. I think that deep down, his compassion is what kept the raging blasphemy at bay. The only time in which our planning was to journey to the place where the mother died. Aye, it's clearly some has strained some resemblance of his former self. Another victim of the Empire's terrible legacy, along with his friends and so many others. But the Creole Luffy was the old creation of the Empire Imperials alone. Many of those youths saw a place with them because they were denied one with us. That's why the memorial ceremony is so important. It's our chance to face our past together. To give them in death what we dream in life. To do not deny anyone a place in memory. Even if it hurts to me, us to make us feel ashamed. I haven't been ordered to, so I suppose not. I'd like to grow that level of service to Alamico. I intend to have conditions by which you are bound to ease. Provided I'm able to obtain approval, you'll be guaranteed a degree of freedom. At the very least, we should have no need for that choker. There are no objections from me. You've done well. I didn't know better. I think you were smiling. Well, everyone could be happier with efforts are recognized. It gives me that much motivation to continue my work with Silver Griffins. That brings the people of Alamigo closer together. I will do my best to keep up with a certain little lordling, aye? I think we've done enough for one day. Time we got some rest. me, as both the guardian of Alamigo and as your sworn comrade, to express my thanks for coming to our aid in these desperate times. No matter what manner of disaster may befall us, your presence alone is enough to keep the flame of hope burning alive. Aye, even if someone in the very precipice of despair, such as Verdola, can't find salvation in your guiding lights.
They could not resist themselves with that third one, could they? You know, there's something of a mortal flame myself.
Am I? The Nago and her fault have said much the same thing. I became soft in my old age. In any case, this ain't the same of all benefit from you, nor say about your sterling work here. We would ask for a better healer, or a better friend. Our ambassador in Razatan will be relieved to learn of your successes here. If you have any cross paths, give my regards, would you?
And there we go. Let's see the end of the healer role quest. And the last role quest of Endwalker. Keep doing that. Now I need to decide if I'm doing this tonight or am I going back to my book. Let's see, it's almost 10. We'll be going for 2 hours 20. But that was quite an ending. Greetings.
How does it go? Does it Alamigo? Illuminate Philosophy is helping organize a memorial service. They certainly kept you busy.
A fine example of going above and beyond the call of duty. I'll be sure to send word of your exploits, Oda. Wait till Sultana hears about this.
Her Grace will be the only one to welcome this news. On behalf of the Grand Company of Royalty and our allies, allow me to express my most heartfelt gratitude.
You know what? Sure. Thanks in no small part to your efforts, blasphemies across the realm have been laid to rest, and the ever-fleeting premise of peace finally seems attainable. However, dark clouds stir once more over Carlinald. One final threat to emerge from the veil of despair, shrouding the routed empire. Taking full strength of every nation to pierce this malignant shadow. Shine the light of hope once and for all. Oh, is it Melina? Oh,
all round good egg and champion of, well, the whole world, I suppose. World travels fast, my friend. I've heard all about your exploits defeating the blasphemies that plagued the good people of Eorzea and Roma. Sadly, there are a few other beasts that yet more for slaying. But fear not. However, supreme them below, I'll proceed in peace. And not but glad tidings from our allies. That's the most surprising report came from Verlt, where soldiers led by the infamous Black Wolf fought alongside Albeacon troops for yet another hard-earned victory. Horseman Garlo will suggest another blasphemy threatening rocks in the snows. We received a petition for assistance. Strange, don't you think? When the effects of the final day began to spread in earnest, we encountered a great many monsters in Garlemald. But never a blessing. And to make matters worse, the St. Garleans who chose to remain and rebuild have begun to transform into yet more hideous creatures. Well, I understand it was you and your comrades brought into this source. This is of the final days, is that right? Even so, it appears his efforts will linger for a while longer. So is one of them. Influence in that Cassus is nice. I dare say it won't be the last time we hear such things. As for the blasphemies, I have to believe that it is a great deal stronger than we faced thus far. Your strength and experience were quite valuable, if you're willing to help, of course. Surely, our contract with Charlene will be thrilled to hear it. Though I did not explicitly request it for it, since it was clear from the first they were hoping for it. Well, maybe frank. It's not expected Charlene of all places to be so concerned with the present state of Garlemald, or with their strict policies on non-prevention. We have yet to find out the source before this is all over. But they're inquire for another time. I'll keep you any longer. Which around Garlemald, I should thank your intelligence. The officer stationed there will be more than happy to appreciate the situation. Question. Chat. Question. What class do you want me to do this as? Healer? Tank? Samurai? Or Red Mage? Choose! Plus I drink more water. Oh. Never mind, we're doing this next time. Sorry, I thought this was only 2 quests, this is 5. So, next time, we're going to Garlemald. And we'll also be doing something for Tataru. Sorry. And next time we'll be doing that. But as for this time, I want to thank everyone for turned up. This is the last of the role quests, and as it stands, there's only 3 things we need to do. Next week we will get through 2 of them. I will not be available to stream on the 22nd, as I'll be at my parents' for Christmas that week. So next week we'll be doubling up and getting everything except the last thing I want to do, Then on the 30th, just like last year, I'm going to be doing another stream. A bit earlier. And we'll do the last bit that I need to do. Which also means that if everything goes to plan, we're finishing FF14 in 2 weeks. For now. We will, of course, be back. But for now, let us go find somebody to raid. Glad you enjoyed Darth. I'm sorry the last few have been as short as they are. It's just how things keep ending up. But I am going to send you all off to... that's on Brains. I'm going to send you over to Mecca, who's currently battle-teching. You all have a great evening, and I will see you next time. Until then, cheery bye. Well, cheery, cheery bye.